Can we all just agree that this is the worst time in human history to be a drug addict? I mean, these drug dealers are putting all kinds of shit in drugs these days, with the worst ingredient being fentanyl. These poor drug addicts simply want to get high. They're not trying to kill themselves. You're playing Russian roulette these days when you buy street drugs. And you would think that the sheriff of a county would know this and know how prevalent fentanyl is in his county, since he and his officers patrol it and deal with drug addicts and drug overdoses on a daily basis. Well, medical investigators have concluded that 50-year-old Sheriff Billy Merrifield of Rio Arriba County died from a fatal combination of fentanyl and alcohol. The northern New Mexico County Sheriff was discovered dead in his patrol vehicle outside his house on Easter morning. Forensic specialists at the New Mexico office of the medical investigator ruled the death accidental. Let's listen to a couple of quick videos that talk about what happened. One concentrates on the event right before his death, and the other one talks about the autopsy report.
Tonight, we're learning about the events leading up to the death of Rio Arriba County Sheriff Billy Merrifield.
Plea Chavez here with details.
Yeah, the details we've had so far have been vague. New Mexico State Police saying its investigation is now leading them to the possibility that the sheriff could have been under the influence. Easter Sunday near Albuquerque Lake, Rio Arriba County Sheriff Billy Merrifield found dead at his home. KOAT now learning from New Mexico State Police that Merrifield told an unnamed friend he was okay leading up to the last hours of his life. That friend receiving a call from a different unnamed woman who says she was with the former sheriff around 3 a.m., saying they got into a minor car crash in Merrifield's patrol unit even though he was off duty at the time. That friend and the woman last leaving Merrifield in his unit, then finding him in the same place unresponsive later that morning after several unanswered phone calls.
The county does have policies and procedures as it relates to the use of county vehicles, and so, I am concerned about that.
County Manager Jeremy Maestas alerted the public.
I didn't have all of the details surrounding the death. I was just informed, of his passing and that they had found him deceased.
Investigators now telling us that friend began CPR before paramedics arrived. Monday morning, grief counseling offered to staff. A new sheriff, Lorenzo Aguilar, sworn in.
I think there is still a lot of confusion. There's still a lot of questions out there. And I think there's just a lot of sadness.
A mixture of fentanyl and alcohol killed Rio Arriba County Sheriff Billy Merrifield. That's the conclusion from a newly released autopsy and toxicology report from the State Office of the Medical Investigator. Merrifield was found dead in his sheriff's patrol unit outside his home last month in the early hours of Sunday, April 20th. State police say after two people helped him home following a minor crash in his unit, a friend then went to check on Merrifield in the morning but found him dead in his car. While the cause of death is attributed to drug and alcohol use, the medical examiner ruled Merrifield's death accidental.
In his patrol vehicle around 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's off duty. That's not sounding right. Was he going to get drugs in his patrol vehicle? I don't know, but the old sheriff sounds like he was up to no good. New Mexico is a state with one of the highest drug overdose rates in the country. In 2023, fentanyl was involved in 65% of overdose deaths throughout the state. And again, the good sheriff should have been familiar with these statistics. I'm not one to vilify a man for having a drug habit, so the good sheriff still gets a moment of silence for his dedicated service. If you want to see more police news, click left to hear about the crooked Albuquerque cops that struck plea deals in their DWI enterprise scandal. What the hell is going on with the cops in New Mexico? Or click right to hear about the New Jersey police chief that was accused of defecating on the floor and spiking the communal coffee pot with Viagra. Hit the subscribe button so you can stay up on all things police.